When we're trying to plan a new expedition to the Arctic, for example, the first thing we do is try to figure out what's an area that botanists haven't been to in either a long time or at all. And what are areas that are poorly known botanically. So we want to target our research in places that have not been collected comprehensively. But we also have to think, well, where are these places located and can we access them? I mean, if they're really remote and you have to be flown in a long ways, it depends on the availability of resources. So first thing we ask, is there a community nearby? Is there a river that we can canoe down perhaps? Is there helicopter resources somewhere that we can get funds to get in and out of these places? So the first thing we do, and what we always do, is look at a map and figure out where have people been, where have people not been, and where can we go or try to go. My name's Dr. Jeff Saarela, and I'm a research scientist here at the Canadian Museum of Nature. I'm a botanist, which means I study plants. So I study the biodiversity and distribution and morphology of plant species. So I'm interested in what are the plant species, where do they occur, and how do we tell them apart. Geography is critical for understanding any kind of biodiversity because biodiversity, plant biodiversity, animal biodiversity is distributed across the land. And plant and animal distributions depend on the kind of soil in the ground, the rock formation, the temperature, the climate, the amount of water. Hi there. This is Hoa pratensis var alpogena. It's a native grass that occurs here in the Arctic, and it likes to grow like all grasses in disturbed areas. I study grasses, the most important family of plants economically, because grasses provide most of the food that humans eat. Corn, rice, barley, wheat, those are all grasses. And so I've studied and collected grasses all throughout Canada, across the United States. I've been through most of Mexico on 3 different trips, and I've also collected plants in Australia. So I think the best part of the job is getting to go outside and do field work and be in nature. Botany by boat in Tuktoy Nogai National Park of Canada. Let's go. So we've traveled about 125K in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. Well, going to the Arctic for the first time was a real eye-opener. I mean, as Canadians, we know we're a northern country. We learn about the Arctic in school a little bit. Most of us can know the names of the territories, of course, but most people, myself included, don't know the names of most of the Arctic islands. Maybe we know Baffin Island, but beyond that, I don't think it's part of common knowledge what the islands are. So a real sort of geographically inspiring moment for me was on my first trip to the north, and in fact my trips throughout Canada, just realizing when you're on the ground traveling to different places how big this country is. It's huge. It's one thing to see it on a map, but to go to different places, pretty spectacular. So it's a lot of schooling, but if you've got the fire burning inside you that you want to help discover new information about the natural world, the best thing to do is stay in school and read as much as you can, and get involved. Visit your local museums, talk to local naturalists, be part of local naturalist societies, and go on trips led by people who know about birds and plants and animals, and just get involved. There's lots of opportunities for volunteering.